Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here with my final thoughts on last week's Game of the Week, which was the Tiny Tina Assault on Dragon's Keep DLC for Borderlands 2. I have now completed the DLC, at least the main storyline of the DLC, and I wanted to give you guys some of my final thoughts. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. The main story itself, the main storyline, the final boss, that's been completed. It took me 6 hours in total to actually go through all of that. And again, that is just the main storyline. There are still side quests and like a raid boss and stuff like that that can be done. But I finished the main story, the credits have rolled, the tale has been told, and actually a little bit of a tearjerker at the end, I gotta be honest with you. Got a little emotional. So if you don't know the premise, and without spoiling anything, from the DLC, this will spoil something from the main game if you haven't played it yet. So the premise of the DLC is that you're playing a game of Bunkers and Badasses, which is being hosted by Tiny Tina, and she's actually using this game as a method of coping with the loss of her dear friend Roland. So that is the premise there, and they definitely pull on some heartstrings at the end of this DLC, and I thought it was good. I thought it was really good. I'll talk about the length briefly. So again, 6 hours is the total playtime that I have for moving through the main story, and I did a good portion of the side quest. Well, actually, I did all but one of the side quests leading up to the end of the game. Now, once you finish the DLC, what the heck? Once you finish the DLC, additional quests become available for things like raid bosses and stuff like that, which is a group quest thing, but I don't really play this game with people. This is kind of a solo experience for me personally. I know that grouping with people in this game can be a lot of fun, but that's just not how I experience Borderlands. That's not how I play Borderlands, so. But anyways, yes, the main storyline, killing the final boss, having the credits roll, that took me 6 hours, which was a little disappointing because I had heard that this was their longest DLC, but I guess the other DLCs have been relatively short, so, you know. And I also heard that people were saying it was supposed to take about 10 hours to do, and again, 6 hours. That's a far cry from 10. It actually might be anywhere between 5 and 6 hours. I don't have an exact total. Typically when I look at my playtime, I just check the Steam total playtime, but that's over 100 hours because it just says Borderlands 2. It doesn't split. It might split it off for different DLCs. I don't know if that feature is available, but that's nothing that I've ever seen before. I gotta open the door back here. So yeah, 6 hours, I was expecting 10, that was a little disappointing, but again, there are still a few side quests that I could do, which would increase the total length that this DLC takes, so all hope is not lost, I guess. Oh, look at these funny looking guys here. I'm gonna snipe them from a distance, that's kind of funny. I snipe these guys from close range, that's even funnier. Punch that guy, that's the funniest. That might not be the funniest, but okay. So yeah, in terms of the length, again, I was slightly disappointed just because I expected a little bit more, but you know what? To be honest with you, 6 hours plus some more side quests that may, add a couple more hours? What the heck? 6 hours plus a couple side quests that may add a couple more hours. I don't think that's that bad for 10 bucks and for DLC. Especially too if this is something that you're getting with the season pass. The season pass definitely a fantastic value with all this DLC. And this DLC in particular, which is the one that we're obviously here to talk about, I really enjoyed. You know, I liked the story, like I said, it got a little emotional at the end, but I thought it was really good. And the humor, as always, juvenile, childish, but can be quite funny as well. So I liked that too. All in all, this DLC I think is definitely getting my seal of approval. I like all the RPG references, lots of Dark Souls references to things like Game of Thrones, you know, fantasy RPG stuff. A lot of it is referenced in this game, and I'm sure there's a lot more references that I either don't know or just didn't catch on to in playing through it. But yeah, referential RPG, Borderlands humor, Borderlands gameplay, I really like it. Now if you're gonna ask Force, should I pick up Borderlands 2 just for this? Well, you know what, I mean, if you can get Borderlands 2 for cheap, I think you should pick it up anyways, because it's a game that I definitely recommend. I thought it was great when it came out. I've enjoyed at least a majority of the DLCs that have come out for it. And so it's definitely something that I would say, I think especially if you didn't play Borderlands, the original Borderlands, and you even remotely like shooters and RPG style games, This is definitely a really good one to pick up. And now this DLC just even further increases my my promotion of Borderlands 2 and my desire to tell people that this is a game that they should play. I know there's a whole camp of people who played Borderlands 1 and weren't that impressed with Borderlands 2 just because it only really had slight improvements. It was a better version of Borderlands 1 with new content and more content. But since I didn't play the first Borderlands, Borderlands 2 was an experience that I absolutely loved, and this DLC in particular is one that I've absolutely loved as well. Oh, we've got some traps over here. You gotta be careful for those. We're in some dungeon. This is one of the later game areas before you go up to the final boss fight to save the princess and all that stuff. And it's actually kind of cool because there were traps and things of that nature. Obviously, as you just saw, spiders jumping in my face as well, putting all sorts of poison on it. Gotta be careful though. I don't want to walk into that trap. Just want to pick up this ammo. Oh, and also, I've got this gun that shoots swords. Shoots explosive swords to be exact, and it is hilarious. And I absolutely love it. Let's see if we can put this thing to good use though. Oh, here we go. There's the bad guy. Explosive swords, yeah. Pretty OP. So the Borderlands 2 Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon's Keep DLC is gonna get my recommendation. I think it's great. $9, got me 6 hours of playtime with a few more side quests still in the barrel and available to play. I don't know if I will play through the final side quest, but it's an option if I so desire. Hey, stay away from me, Suicide Bomber. You just set off my trap card. Alright guys, and we're going to wrap things up here. I'd actually like to show you one of the quests that I found just absolutely hysterical that I actually happened to record as well. And we'll be finishing up with that. That was the MMORPG FPS quest. It's really funny. So I'll let you guys enjoy that as we conclude this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just as a final conclusion here, I think the DLC is great. I think if you haven't played Borderlands 2 that you should pick it up. And if you're even remotely interested in this DLC, I definitely suggest it. It was great. Had a lot of fun. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe. Once again, concluding with a really funny quest. Keep watching and keep owning.
Hey, another Vault Hunter. You here to kill the monster too?
Well, buzz off. He only spawns like every 10 minutes, and we were here first.
That's eSpa! La 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 la! Get ready, everybody. It's spawning. All right, guys, we got the kill.
What? Now we'll have to wait 5 minutes for it to respawn. This is truly our darkest hour.
Esports for 20 speed runs.
Idea! If you make those other players rage quit, you can just kill the monster yourself. If you kill one of them with melee, headshot another with a sniper rifle, and desecrate the last one's corpse, they'll definitely rage quit.
Hey, what are you doing?
Stop it, jerk-off. This is my kill. Cheap kill, cheap kill. I'm coming back. YOLO, swag, esports, mega hacks 420, get blazed.
Stealth.
Damn it! Once I get that spawn, you're dead.
Back, you exploiting noob hack. YOLO, YOLO, hashtag YOLO.
I'm back. That boss is mine.
Uninstall. Just uninstall your game and go back to your baby racing simulators. Vault Hunters are so OP.